The UFC Shanghai full card prediction and breakdown. 12 bouts here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Nick Hollins, with Punches and Profits. We have a bunch of good fights here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card. At least we get a crowd. You know what I mean? Not like the Apex, but nevertheless, let's jump straight into it. First fight of the night, we have Adia Nogutsier versus Uran Salty Diev. Now, this is Dyer, the 10-1, Uran 9-1. They're both one. You know, Dyer's 28, Uran's 31. Dyer, he came into the contender series. He looked alright. I think he got like a TKO victory. Yes, he did. I remember watching it. And his last fight, he just he gassed out. He looked terrible. He has a tick. He always like touches his face and shit. I don't like that. And he's fighting a guy on the other hand, a Duran. He's a little bit more slim build for the weight class. A little bit more lanky as like when he fights. A little bit more like distance management. Very good distance management. And I think he's got very good follow ups. So like he's very good with his striking, how he follows up. Dyer, he's gonna get pieced up. A Uran Salty Diev, he's got a good win here. I truly believe. And Uran came in on short notice. Still gave old mate Martin Boudet like an alright fight. We've just seen Martin Boudet, that big blob of a man he is. He's going alright. He's going alright. But Uran came in on short notice. Still gave him a little bit of a tough fight. But at the end of the day, I think that Uran puts on a pace and outpoints a Dyer Nogutsier. Or he could even get like a late finish. I'm going Uran Salty Diev to take the win. Moving on up the card, we have a Long Zhao taking on a Su Young Yu. They're both like very good. They're both good grapplers in their own right. I think Su Young Yu's got a little bit more of a better wrestling base. Something to do with like him being like the South Korean Khabib or something. I swear, like last time he fought, I swear like they were talking about all that against like AJ Cunningham. I don't know, something like that. But AJ Cunningham still gave him a little bit of a run, and he was a big underdog. But at the end of the day, Su Young Yu took the win, and he's got good positional grappling. Now, we've just saw last week with some of these knobheads telling me that DDP was going to win. Yeah, okay, so DDP was going to win with a big bulky body shape, and he was going to get on top of a Hamzat, who is a positional absolute specimen on the ground, right? Because you have to get position to get submissions, okay? You really think DDP was going to get a position on Hamzat? It's hilarious. Anyway, in this fight here, Su Young Yu, I feel like he's fighting a guy, Long Zhao. Long Zhao, he's 27-9. He's got a little bit more of like striking type style. I think Su Young Yu's going to take it on the cards. I think Su Young Yu's going to he's going to take a good win against a Long Zhao here. So I'm going Su Young Yu 29-28. Moving on up the card, we have a Yazar taking on a Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson, he's like he's under Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He got a good submission win his last fight. I actually had that. But I wasn't doing videos back then. This guy, Weston Wilson, big underdog. Apparently, he's like 8-1 or something. He's 36. This is his last fight on his contract. Apparently, he was asking for this fight or something. Yazar definitely could come in and shit the bed here, but I feel this is going to be a competitive fight. Okay. As much as this guy with 25-5 record fighting Weston Wilson, a 17-9 record. Weston Wilson, he's got giraffe syndrome apparently. He's like real he looks weird. But I think that a Yazar is going to take a good win on decision here. And it won't be a robbery. He's from Shanghai, China. He's going to take a win in his own hometown country. And so give me a 30-27 Yazar. Moving on up the card, we have a Mikel Pereira taking on the comeback Kyle Dorcas. Kyle Dorcas, one of the brothers of the other this blob heavyweight, the other Dorcas brother that doesn't fight in the promotion anymore. But we have he's fighting a guy in Michel Pereira, who's literally a circus fighter. Okay, let's be real. The guy's got good striking, yes, but he doesn't have the boxing that Kyle Dorcas has. Let's get real here, okay? Michel Pereira definitely doesn't have a boxing skill set like Kyle Dorcas. Let that sink in, okay? Kyle Dorcas is a big underdog here, and he has at least a jiu-jitsu game. You know what I mean? They call him the Dark Knight for a reason. And he's fighting a guy, Michel Pereira, who's got about half a round in him. And I don't know, man. Michel Pereira, he's got things going on at home, apparently. And apparently, like, one of his exes is giving him grief. I don't know, something to do with this. He's literally a circus fighter. He's literally one round and done. He ain't going to take a decision here. He's going to have to knock out a Kyle Dorcas. And to be honest, I don't really see that happening. Kyle Dorcas is very defensively sound, okay? He does keep his hands up majority of the time, where he's okay. You know, he's got good hands. Kyle Dorcas has got good hands, man, and he's coming in on short notice here. Mikel Pereira was supposed to fight some other bloke. Kyle Dorcas, that guy pulled out. Kyle Dorcas has come in, and Kyle Dorcas is just recently leaving the UFC, getting cut 2 years ago. He got a decision win over Greg Ellis, submission dust choke over Sean Fallon, and a year ago he got a TKO win over just some like stocky bum guy. But nevertheless, Michel Pereira, I think with his tools, he's definitely not going to submit a Kyle Dorcas. Definitely there is a chance that he could catch a Kyle Dorcas. I don't think so, because Kyle Dorcas is always going to know what Michel Pereira is all about. It's jumping off the cage, backflips, fucking somersaults while fucking fighting. It's entertaining. But here in this fight, I'm taking a Kyle Dorcas, and I'm taking him by 29-28 decision. I think that Kyle Dorcas, it's going to be a rough one. Round 1, round 2 and 3, he's gonna keep it on the feet, and he's gonna end up outboxing Michel Pereira. You know, with some he's gonna outbox him. He's gonna utilize kicks, some calf kicks, stuff like this. I see that. I see Kyle Dorcas being defensively responsible here. And I feel like he's going to take a decision win. Give me Kyle Dorcas 29-28. Moving on up the card, we have a Rong Zhao taking on an Austin Hubbard. Austin Hubbard, a little bit more of a veteran guy. Rong Zhao, yeah, he's been, okay, so it says Auckland, New Zealand. So he's been obviously City Kickboxing. So he's been training with City Kickboxing, apparently. Austin Hubbard, yeah, he's alright. He's just that like, he's that like blue collar chip off the old block style. He's alright everywhere, but he's average everywhere. Rong Zhao, I think he's got a little bit more like dog in him. I think he's gonna go out there. He's got a little bit more power, a little bit more pop on his shots as he's striking, and I think Rong Zhao's gonna take a finish here. I think Rong Zhao is gonna end up getting a late stoppage, TKO or KO in China. And he's gonna look good doing it. I believe. So give me a Rong Zhao late stoppage TKO. Moving on up the card, we have a pretty slick fight here. This is a good one. Lon'er Kavanagh taking on a Charles Johnson. Now, Lon'er Kavanagh, he's a prospect, so he's 9-0, undefeated. He has had 2 fights in the UFC. Came off the Contender Series, got a nice slick KO left hook win in the Contender Series a year ago. He's gone on and beaten Jose Achao, which is like, he's a little bit of a beast specimen, Brazilian, little Brazilian prospect. He hasn't been going too well, but he's alright. And Felipe dos Santos, they always give these like little Brazilian prospects fucking like hard fights, man, eh? But he beat Felipe dos Santos on decision. Now he's fighting in China. His mom is from China, Hong Kong or something. And Charles Johnson, he's fighting a guy in Charles Johnson, right? Energy. He's a bit of a track runner. Charles Johnson's a track runner, good cardio. And I think this is why I've heard a bunch of people actually taking Charles Johnson. I've heard there's in people that I talk to and stuff, they're taking Charles Johnson, man. And, it's a good dog. It's a good dog, but how is he going to, if he can't get Lon'er Kavanaugh to the ground, right? Which he might, he will. But if he can't continuously keep doing it, I just want to truly believe that Lon'er Kavanaugh is just going to piece him up, man. Lon'er Kavanaugh's got some good striking, yes. He didn't really like Felipe Dos Santos's... Like, at the start of the first round, when he was fighting Felipe Dos Santos, he did have a couple of problems with the reach. Okay? With Felipe Dos Santos's reach. Charles Johnson, he's just... Like, it's almost like he's just like the little bit better version of King Green. This is in the flyweight division, yes. But, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he, like, at times he can have his hands down. He can just be, like, reckless. And you can't be anywhere reckless against a Lon'er Kavanaugh. A Lon'er Kavanaugh is crisp, man. He's crisp on the ground. He's crisp on the feet. Like, he's got some slick striking. Charles Johnson's kind of like that gritty guy, wants to go to a decision, but he wants to wrestle. He is going to go out there. He is going to impose his will. He's going to move forward. But I think a Lon'er Kavanaugh is going to find moments. I think it's going to be competitive first round. Lon'er Kavanaugh, I think, is going to stop Charles Johnson in the second round. Give me Lon'er Kavanaugh by second round TKO. Moving on up the card, we have a Machete versus a Gage Young. Sorry, I said something. Yes. Gage Young, he's had one loss in the UFC, against Evan Elder 3 months ago, right? He's got good volume, okay? Gage Young has got good length and volume. He's got, like, he keeps his hands up. It's very crisp. He's nice, like, on the feet. At the other hand, we have a Machete. He has less output. Okay, he does. Give a fuck what any of this fucking statistics shit. I haven't looked at this one, but I was watching tape on Machete. He doesn't have as much. He doesn't have as much output, man. Gage Young has more output on the feet, man. And like, I honestly think that Machete is going to take an L here, man. Gage Young, he's going to come out here. He's going to come in hungry. Machete's been around for a little while in the UFC. He's had a few fights. He's had a few losses. In the last 5, he's lost 3 of his last 5. The weird, he KO'd Steve Garcia. Excuse me. That's the best thing that's probably happened to him. But this was 3 years ago. 3 years, 2 months ago. Steve Garcia's made strides since then, and I think, like, you're getting TKO'd by Borshev. I mean, Borshev's a trainer at fucking Team Alpha Male, or was. He was a striking trainer. Like, you're losing a decision to Nicholas Malta. He's like, Malta's alright, but like, fuck, man. Like, a Gage Young, at least, I reckon, here can kind of stay on the outside and kind of just like throw a 1-2 back 1-2. 1-2 step 1-2. And then follow up. He's always constantly following up. Machete, he doesn't follow up, man. He's in, and then he's out, and then he's dancing. Where's the follow-ups? So, for that instance, I'm going Gage Young, and I'm going Gage Young on decision. Moving on up the card, we have Atayalike Naraji taking on Kiefer Crosby. Kiefer Crosby sucks. And I'm sorry, but he does. He reminds me of that Lochran guy. The Lochran guy that got cut. That literally, like, his last fight, he got a robbery win over Paddy the Baddy's mate, right? Nathan Fletcher, I think. And then he just gets cut from the UFC. Like, you suck. And Kiefer Crosby is literally the same. It's like the same guy, just in a different. He's got a fucking different fucking wig. Like, I don't know, man. He fights the same. And on the other hand, we have a Tailike Naraji, Mr. Super Saiyan. That's his fight name. Super Saiyan, right? 11-1, fighting out of China. This guy's crisp, man. This guy's crispy as, and like that, like, A year ago, a KO win over a 1-1 guy. It's not that great. I mean, some of the guys he's fighting, yes, whatever. I mean, the last fight he had was against a 1-1 guy. I mean, what the... And he KO'd him with left hooks. But, nevertheless, Kiefer Crosby sucks, man. So give me Naraji, Telike Naraji by first round stoppage. First or second round stoppage. Moving on up the card, we have a Samaraji taking on a Kevin Borjas. Samaraji, he's kind of alright. He's well rounded everywhere. This is in the flyweight division, so you know he's less likely to see a finish. But on the other hand, Kevin Borjas loves just he like the way he pushes the pressure and everything. He loves to try and get the finish, man. He's good on the feet. He has like textbook boxing, and I'm not going to say that with everyone, but this guy does, man. He's got nice crisp angles. The way he I like Kevin Borjas, man, and coming into this one, I actually like him to win this. But on the other hand, a Sumridachi, the Tibetan Eagle, I think it might be competitive, and it will be competitive. But I've got a Kevin Borjas, and I've got a Kevin Borjas on decision. A Sumridachi, he's just so Kevin Borjas, he's had 3 fights in the UFC. He's lost 2 of them. But you know, they it's not bad, not bad opponents. The first one, Joshua Van. I mean, that was a year and 9 months ago. No shame in that. Oh, okay. So Alessandro Costa TKO'd him, and then he actually got a good win over Ronaldo Rodriguez, the guy that's just an absolute weapon on the ground that just can't get finished on the ground for some weird reason. You're trying to choke him, it just won't go anywhere. But Kevin Borjas, I think, can keep it on the feet here, and I think that he can get a nice win. Give me Kevin Borjas. But then again, see, it's in China, so you got a few of these Chinese fighters. The judges can probably swing it. I'm not going to be surprised if they swing it to the other guy, you know. But give me a Kevin Borjas on decision. Moving on up the card, we have a Sergey Pavlovich taking on a Waldo Cortez Acosta, Salsa Boy. The guy that's literally coming out of nowhere and just actually proving, well, me wrong, for starters. You know, he's an ex-baseball player. He played in the pros or something. So he has some sort of athletic background, right? But you're fighting in a guy that's Sergey Pavlovich, that people are forgetting that this guy can lean on his wrestling, man. He can. Sergey Pavlovich could probably literally wrestle this guy for 3 rounds and just make it so boring for everyone watching and just take a win. Now, Sergey Pavlovich coming in with an 84-inch reach over a Waldo Costa with a 78 reach. So he's a 6-inch reach advantage. They're both a similar age, both 33. And I like Sergey Pavlovich's chances here. Now, I know that Waldo Cortez Acosta should not be a big underdog here. He's apparently, so he's like a 3-1 underdog. Probably shouldn't be that, because heavyweights, anything can happen. But on the other side, we have a Sergey Pavlovich. Yes, he looked terrible. He looked terrible against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. But Jairzinho Rozenstruik, he's a kickboxer by trade, man. Waldo Acosta, dude, the guy's a fucking baseball player by trade. What the fuck? We're gonna all fucking just go nuts over a fucking underdog that's an ex-baseball player? Like, holy shit. Like, what about that, the NFL player, like, the ex-NFL player that got absolutely gets fucking knocked out, Austin Lane. Like, dude, he's no Austin Lane. Waldo Cortez Acosta, absolute specimen, would kill Austin Lane in 1 round. But on the other hand, you're fighting a guy in Sergey Pavlovich. I'm not quick to discredit this guy, man. I'm not quick to discredit a Sergey Pavlovich in 33 at heavyweight. 33, you're a baby at heavyweight. You're not even 34 is like prime. 35 prime at heavyweight. 33, like, fuck, man, you still got another year until you're, like, going good. I mean, he's in his prime now, but heavyweights, they go for a while. So give me a Sergio Pavlovich, and give me a Sergio Pavlovich by first round KO. Moving on up the card, we have a Brian Ortega, T-City, taking on an Aljo Co-Main Sterling. Mr. Co-Main himself, Mr. Co-Main Aljo. Let's go, baby. I was thinking when I first thought about this fight, Brian Ortega's going to piece up Aljo, man. Brian Ortega's got some nice, good, responsibly sound striking, meaning like he's very like thought process of every shot he takes. He's very like, he's just weird in that sense where he takes his time and he picks his shots nicely, and I was really thinking like, wow, can Brian Ortega actually like piece up an Aljo like for 5 rounds or 3 rounds? It's a 5-rounder, so we have 5 rounds here. It's not 3 rounds. This is a 5-rounder. Aljo Co-Main Sterling, basically coming out and saying, yeah, this is bullshit. Like, you're getting paid for a 3-round fight as a fighter, but then you have to do another 2 rounds. That's fucking bullshit, man. I truly agree with Aljo there, but nevertheless, Aljo's wrestling game here is going to shine. Brian Ortega's got an absolute nasty guillotine. You do not want to be caught in anything with Brian Ortega, because he is basically like a vice grip when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, he's known for that, you know. If you're getting your head caught anywhere, he will find it. But on the other hand, Aljo Co-Main Sterling, like, again, if you've not fucking noticed what happened last week, position over submission. Alright, I gotta keep fucking saying this. Position over submission, right? You got 2 guys. This is a perfect fucking example right here. Aljo Co-Main Sterling. He's a wrestler by trade. You know what I mean? So he's going to be able to find those positions and keep it there if he will, if he need be, if he's not getting pieced up on the feet. A T-City, a submission guy. Like, he's more of leaning towards that submission guy. Yes, Aljo is a backpack. Yes. You know, obviously an absolute specimen when it comes to jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? But he has the wrestling in his back pocket. He has that positional style. Like, he has that positional skill set, right? Note, anyone going in and trying to like predict a fight, and you've got one guy that's an absolute specimen at wrestling, like proper like back pocket by trade when they were little boys. You know, at the end of the day, if you don't think they're gonna get fucking KO'd, it's rare that they're gonna get submitted. Like, most of the time, they're gonna lean back on that if they're in trouble, and they're gonna shoot, and they can lean and take position and keep it there, and then, you know what I mean? So I truly believe that Aljo Co-Main Sterling is gonna take. I'm gonna say he's gonna take 3 out of the 5 rounds. So give me a Aljo Co-Main on decision. Moving to the main event of the evening, we have Zhang Zhao, the Mountain Tiger, taking on another circus freak in Johnny Walker. This guy, he's literally Mikel Pereira 2.0. You know what I mean? This is obviously not it's not a coincidence. Okay, they put Johnny Walker and Mikel Pereira on the same card. Not a coincidence. They're both circus fighters. They're both circus strikers. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're gonna get, but at the end of the day, I think that Johnny Walker is going to go into this fight and try to survive. Okay, this is one thing we have to point out here. He's going to go in there trying to survive the first round. Okay, by that means, you know, at this point, when you get fatigued, when you get tired, and he'll get tired after the first 5 minutes, you start to forget and you start to become overzealous. Johnny Walker is going to survive the first round. The Mountain Tiger is going to fucking KO him at the start of the second. I'm your host, Nick Hollins. This is Punches and Profits. I'm out. Peace!